Hi, I'm Penny Delkery. I'm director for the Northeast Hospitality International, and I'm here today to help you fix your beds so they're more modern, more attractive, neater, cleaner look. One of the things I noticed when I was traveling through the brand is that I saw a lot of bedspreads and nobody really wants those anymore, and it's sort of not sending a very good message. So we want better online presence and a nice modern look for your property. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with a fitted sheet, 2 flats if you don't have a top cover, a blanket, and a bed scarf, which is not mandatory, but we're preferring that you use those to help dress up your beds. So first we'll take your fitted sheet. Make sure, check all of your sheets, make sure there's no rips, tears, cigarette burns, anything like that, because we don't want to share that with our guests. And we're just going to make the bed like you normally would. Fitted sheet on the bottom, of course. So we're just going to finish up with the fitted sheet, go around, just make sure everything looks nice and tidy, that your corners are nice and tight. Looks pretty good. And we're ready for the flat. So again, like I said, you make up the bed like you normally would. So now we'll put the fitted sheet on top. Again, make sure that your sheets are clean, bright white. That's very important. Some people like to send their sheets out, and I love that idea, so that you don't have to spend all those man hours in the laundry room, and you'll never get them as nice as when they're freshly delivered to you every day. But for now, okay, that's it for the flat. Now we'll take our blanket. Some of you have blankets or duvets, which are really nice, especially for the colder areas like the Northeast. So duvets are really nice. And you can sort of use your imagination in the reservation rooms for tourists and travelers. You can use a nice duvet, and in the worker rooms or those type of rooms were a little bit more heavily used. You can use just a blanket. And then you can always keep an extra blanket in a drawer. So we'll pick this up for you. Okay, so what I like to do is I like to take the blanket and the fitted sheet and bring them up as high as I can so they match in length. Okay, there's your blanket. And we'll take our last sheet, which we call triple sheeting. So we take the sheet, the third sheet, and we put that on top of the blanket or duvet. And that creates, again, like a cover for that blanket. So when people come in and they plop their luggage down or they jump on the bed, that blanket is always being protected by this sheet. That's the reason why we're doing it. Plus white also makes it look more sterile. Today people are pretty well versed on what goes on in hotel rooms, and they're kind of nervous with hair and lipstick stains, and things like that. So this way it gives them a nice positive feeling when they can see all around them is sterile white, and they know for a fact everything is nice and clean. Puts them in, I call, the happy place. All right, so that's it for the triple sheet. I want to make sure you understand why I did the having them all line up at the top. So I made a sandwich, a triple sheet, the blanket, and the top sheet on top of the fitted there. So what happens is now that they're all the same length, I can take all 3 and I can turn them over to form a nice white cuff. It's nice if you do have a top cover, if it's brown or tan or anything, it kind of has a nice contrast to it. It looks nice and crisp. And then I take the seam of the sheet and I tuck it under for a thicker edge to it, so it looks like the sheets are nice and thick and nice quality. Gives a nice rounded look. Very simple. And now we're all lined up, and it's a lot easier to make the bed, tuck it in and everything. Okay, so we're all nice and tight there. We'll start tucking everything in. Make sure you're nice and neat. I like to tuck things in because you have to have a bed skirt or a box spring cover, which are really nice because they hide the box spring, but they don't drape and get tangled up into the vacuum cleaner or tripped over by the guests. So you can see I'm starting to tuck this in nice and tight. Pulling it tight takes the wrinkles out of your sheets as well. That's a little trick. So if you didn't get the sheets out of the dryer soon enough, this helps pull them nice and flat. So we're going to show you how to do the hospital corner, which gives a nice clean edge to the bed. You take all of your sheets and blanket. You kind of create a right angle with the mattress, take them all together, and then tuck under. Then let the flap down, and then you can tuck that under as well. We're going to go to this side and do the same thing. Taking all the sheets and the blanket, doing your right angle, tuck it under, flap down, and then you can tuck in the rest. This way it gives a nice tidy look. When you pay attention to making your bed, it's probably the most important item in your room. This is where they get a good night's sleep. And they want to be able to get into this bed knowing that it was taken care of properly and that there's some love that was put into it, because otherwise then they start questioning whether the sheets are cleaned or that you care about your property. So that's it for the making of the bed. So if you have a bed scarf, which we would love for you to have, and we just had these introduced into our brand. So they come in 4 colorways: gold, brown, navy, and gray. And it is promoting our good night's sleep that we've always been proud of for our brand. And I'll put you right over here. And I just like to run the hands over it, tuck it in, because again, that pulls it nice and tight and takes out any wrinkling that may occur. Kind of wraps the mattress like a gift, like a ribbon. And there we go. So then we take our pillows, and in our brand it is 3 pillows on a queen or full and 5 on a king. And again, please make sure that your pillowcases are bright white, since we're turning everything down now and they're exposed, that people can see them. We don't want colors preferably, and we don't want them to be yellowed, because everything is now so nice and white. One little added thing I want to mention, in some of our hotels here, if you have ivory lampshades, we prefer you get white ones, because now that we turn the bedding down and it's all white, the lampshades tend to look yellowy and aged. Just another way to modernize the room. So there you go. And these happen to have shams, which I'm not so happy with shams, because there's a lot of material, and when you put them on the bed, they kind of look a little sloppy. So if you do have shams, I kind of tuck them in the back. Tuck that extra material back there, right? Pull it nice and tight, and place your pillow back in front. A nicer, cleaner look. Just iron everything out with your hands. Go over here. And there you go. So it's nice and ironed looking as best we can get it. And really, a lot of times, like I said, pulling things just tight. You saw that the sheet was not in perfect condition when I put it on the bed, but as we pulled it tighter, it kind of ironed the bed. And then if you have an accent pillow, which is always nice for the guest rooms, for the reservation rooms, just sets the tone for the rest of the decor. And that's it, how to make your bed.